pick up a handy weather radio at Walgreens, if anything. But Amazon, great place to go. You can let your fingers do the walking, as they used to say in the Yellow Pages. Go over there and find yourself one. But you got to have it. And some of you guys are on medication. You got to have your insulin refrigerated. So what are you going to do if you don't have refrigeration? You got to have it. So again, save for the generator. Nursing homes, at least here in Florida, it's mandatory now. It's a good thing. They should have been doing this all along because of the just amount of health situations that people have and monitors and all that stuff. They have to have a generator. And so what happens is the power goes out, the generator goes up, and you don't miss a bump. Everything goes. Did I say you don't miss a beat? You know what I mean. Okay. All right. 450,000 plus. The number keeps on going up as far as people without power. As of 7:30 in the morning, 402,974 residents were experiencing power outages. This is according to North Carolina Department of Safety. The company has estimated more than 10,000 employees, including 1,700 workers from the Midwest and Florida, to help in the relief efforts to get the power turned back up. They're already en route as we speak, which is beautiful. The problem is with the storm, it's not going anywhere anytime fast. It's actually slow moving. It's just going to douse, downgraded to a Cat 1, and it's being battered by hurricane-force winds and life-threatening storm surge. At the moment, as we speak, this is happening. So it's not a good picture, and if you've seen this thing on radar, this thing is wound and wound and wound real tight and still pulling from the ocean, still generating power, and literally thrashing homes, battering the coast, blowing out signs. The National Hurricane Center said Florence eyewall made landfall again at 7:15 this morning, a few miles east of Wilmington, with estimated maximum winds at 90 miles an hour. I don't know about you, but if you roll down your window, at 40 miles an hour, or say maybe 60 miles an hour, rolling it down, what can you do? That at 90 miles an hour, pushing that water, that storm surge, miles and miles inland, combined with a persistent pelting rain. What that's doing right now is severely damaging homes and buildings as we speak. There's going to be a lot of damage that's going to take place as a result of the storm. Let me suggest something. The Billy Graham Evangelistic Association, Franklin Graham, Billy Graham's eldest son, with Samaritan's Purse. They live there in North Carolina, and they're going to be doing such a wonderful work afterwards. They have tractor trailers full of tools. They have folks that are ready to repair people's roofs and homes. Make a donation to Samaritan's Purse. If you're looking to be able to get involved, contact Samaritan's Purse. Red Cross does great work too, but if you're looking for a Christian ministry that does an unbelievable work, and again, they're from the Carolinas, know it very, very, very well. Did you know, and I just found this out a couple days ago, that Samaritan's Purse actually rebuilt hundreds of churches in Puerto Rico. Rebuilt them because they were so damaged, to get them back going so people could worship. Rebuilt them. So I just thought that's the kind of stuff that they do. They really put their money into ministry. They don't sit there and, where there's big execs that make big money and then nobody else benefits from it. Now your donation goes right to work. So I believe in them. I've believed in them for decades, and I know the organization quite well and keep up with what they're doing. So, and I was a big fan of his dad, Billy Graham. I mean, who couldn't? They called him America's pastor. A little controversial for some people. I thought his evangelical message, really reached the masses in a dynamic way and a non-judgmental way. But, he preached the gospel, and people listened when he spoke. And he was one of the very few people in my lifetime so far that I could really say wasn't abusing the money that came in. He lived in a modest house with his wife, Ruth, and no mansion. You didn't see the guy driving around with a BMW or a Lexus. He wasn't the name it or claim it, gospel God wants you to have this and touch your hand on the television kind of thing. He wasn't about all that nonsense, and it's good that he wasn't. I'm looking at a picture here of a North Carolina hotel. It had its roof pretty much blown off. It collapsed to more or less portions of the area's hotel roof. So the whole thing, but large portions of the building had to be evacuated, obviously. About 70 occupants, including an infant and other children, and along with pets, were evacuated from the Triangle Motor in Jacksonville. Okay? So the evacuees were taken to Jacksonville Center for Public Safety while authorities search for more folks that could be trapped into the hotel. Firefighters later found life-threatening damage to the structure. Cinder blocks that were part of the structure were crumbling in some places, and residents were still in many of the rooms. Portions of the rooms collapsed, like I said, and the rain battering the Carolina coast ahead of Florence to flood some of the rooms. Good thing. And I kind of went through 2-3 different news sources on this story. No one was injured. No injuries. Which is a good thing considering the roof and large portions of the roof came off. Is unbelievable. Yeah. Well, you know how strong, 90 miles an hour. So many people have been saying why they didn't evacuate, and a lot of it's their property, generations that have been there. But some have even said that the hurricane parties alone have been beautiful. Yeah. It says 2 things if you plan to wait out a hurricane. There is gas madness until there's no gas. And do not ever think about sandwiches because there is no bread. You have not lived until you have seen people load 10 loaves of bread into a shopping cart 5 days before a hurricane. He says it's bread hysteria. I have said to some fellow shoppers, folks, I'm actually here to get hot dogs, buns for dinner tonight. Who wants to relinquish one of their 8 loaves? Sure enough, a woman gave her hot dog buns. People can be awesome. So if you ask me why I didn't evacuate Wilmington, North Carolina in the eye of Hurricane Florence, I will say waves and hurricane parties. This is true. I've rode some great waves, done some hurricane drinking this week, but really I feel compelled to stay and help out in any way I can in the aftermath of the storm. All right, that's somebody that's being honest about hanging out in the storm. I wouldn't recommend it. The governor doesn't recommend it. FEMA doesn't recommend it. But there's going to be those that are going to stay because they love their property, love their beach, and they want to be there to protect their house. Hopefully, it doesn't cost any lives. You're always going to get people that do it. We're praying for them, and hopefully, no loss of life. We'll be back right after this.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It was a huge pill to swallow. Being told that you'd never breathe on your own, be able to walk on your own, or being able to feed myself on my own completely changes you. You have to realize who the new you is while living with the limitations that you have on a day-to-day basis. I was sitting on the couch contemplating, is my life really worth it? Wounded Warrior Project showed me that I am worth it. My first event was a soldier ride in Seattle, and I got to ride 50 miles on a hand cycle that I borrowed from them at zero cost to me. All I had to do was show up. I'm so thankful that Wounded Warrior Project was there to help me. Being able to open up and not having to re-explain everything that's going on in your life because they get it. I know of no other veterans organization that has been able to help me get to where I am now. Where I started off barely being able to move my arms to now being able to walk without holding on to anything. I am living proof.
Go to IamLivingProof, WWP.org.
For the people is there.
Your American heritage. A chilling wind off Boston Harbor whistled and moaned through the rigging of the 3 British merchantmen moored in the inky tides. It was a Stygian December night in 1773. Silently from Griffin's Wharf, 3 rowboats filled with early Americans disguised as Mohawk Indians slipped their lines and stealthily crept to the ship's ladders. Then, aboard, charging into the ship's hold, they shattered the crates of tea and dumped the contents into the harbor. Enough with the taxes and molasses, cloth, newspapers, books, glass, and now tea. We'll show George III we won't take it anymore. Kindling the spirit of freedom, this was the Boston Tea Party. And this has been Don Keyes with an indelible part of your American heritage.
Keeping your American heritage alive, each For the People broadcast. To learn more, log on to forthepeopleshow.com. Get ready, get set for 123 Ready TV, the brand new app that everyone's talking about for your PC or Android device that allows you access to most every movie or TV show ever made. Sound incredible? Well, it is, because once you pay $19.99, that's all you pay. Just the movies and TV shows you like without the hassle. The internet streams everything already. What 123 Ready does is it finds them, then delivers them directly to you, commercial-free. There's nothing quite like it, and it's available now at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And before you buy 123 Ready TV, watch the video and see how simple it is to start watching all those movies and TV shows. If you like movies and TV shows but don't enjoy paying for all of them, no problem. Just pay $19.99 and start enjoying countless titles and entertaining TV better than anyone. Get your 123 Ready TV for $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page. Introducing the official For the People coffee mug, patriotic as can be, in featuring the colorful red, white, and blue For the People logo with Keith Allen on a ceramic 11-ounce coffee mug. Perfect for any beverage of your choice. This mug is a great reminder of what we stand for: God, country, and family, with conservative values and good old-fashioned common sense. To order your For the People coffee mug, pay just $20 plus $3.99 shipping and handling at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. For the People continues on your radio. I'm Keith Allen. In Florence, Massachusetts, a series of gas explosions, and it's very perplexing. We have no idea what happened. There's a mass investigation, 39 homes so far. There's a lot of different reports on this. It's interesting. If you go on the internet, they'll say hundreds, but just verified 39 homes in 3 communities north of Boston, forcing entire neighborhoods to literally evacuate as crews are scrambling to fight flames, shut off the gas. Authorities said Lionel Rodden, 18, of Florence, died Thursday after a chimney toppled by the exploding house crashed into his car. He was rushed to a Boston hospital but pronounced dead there in the evening. The Massachusetts State Police urged all the residents with homes serviced by Columbia Gas in Lawrence, Andover, and North Andover to evacuate, snarling traffic and causing, as you can imagine, widespread confusion, as residents and local officials struggling to understand what in the heck is going on. They're saying it looked like Armageddon. It really did. Who said that? Andover Fire Chief Michael Mansfield was telling reporters there were billows of smoke coming from Lawrence behind me. He said I could see pillars of smoke in front of me from the town of Andover. Governor Charlie Baker, meanwhile, weighing in and said that local and state authorities are investigating, but they're saying it could take days or even weeks before they actually turn up answers. There is still very much we don't know. They say it's an active scene is what they're calling it, still fluent. There'll be plenty of time later tonight, tomorrow morning, and into the next day to do some of the work around determining exactly what happened and why. Early this morning, the utility issued a statement saying its crews need to visit, folks, listen to this, 8,600 affected customers to shut off and gas meter and to conduct a safety inspection to 8,600 customers. They got to go to every single home, and it's a good thing because you don't want another explosion. 8,600 customers affected. They have to they're all shut off, all gas metered. And they got to come in before anybody can use their gas again. But a lot of folks coming in trying to figure out what in the heck happened. Late yesterday, all the fires had been doused by many areas. But many of them just remained silent and dark after residents fled after power companies cut the electricity to prevent further fire.